Good afternoon, folks. Ari here from Direct Auto Outlet in Fair Oaks, California. As promised, I did get those wheels that I was telling you installed on my brand new 2023 Lexus GX 460. These are a set of 17-inch 17x7 TRD wheels from Toyota. They mount up perfectly to the Lexus GX. I have on them a set of BF Goodrich KO2 tires. They are size 265 70 R17. You can also go with a 275 or even a 285, but in this application I couldn't go any wider than this, and even with this application I did have to make some very slight modifications in order to prevent rubbing. I will show you what I did, but first just want to take a walk around and show you how these wheels look in the sun. I think they look stunning, especially against this green backlit color of this vehicle. I think they come together great. I've been wanting a set of bronze wheels for a while, just haven't had the right application to put them on, but I think we're finally there. In the shade, these wheels look equally as stunning. They look great, give the vehicle a really nice off-road stance and off-road look with these aggressive tires. These tires are absolutely silent, unlike what they look like. The looks can be deceiving. These tires are not very nubby feeling when you're driving. They're completely smooth and they're completely quiet when you're on the road. BF Goodrich does make a mud terrain version of this tire that looks very similar, and those are quite a bit louder and less comfortable, but that's not the case with these. These came together quite nicely. I was originally considering going with the 275 width, but after using some online calculations and calculators to see about fitment and fit, I didn't want to go that route. This particular size of the 265 was offered in a 6-ply and a 10-ply. For those of you who don't know the difference, it's really just exactly as it sounds. The 6-ply is just going to be a little bit lighter duty. It's not going to be as heavy, which for an application like this where you're not doing a ton of towing or any towing, it will save you some MPGs. It'll also be able to allow you to accelerate faster, stop faster. It was just an all-around better idea for me with this particular wheel. Had I went with a 275, then the 10-ply option would have been the only option that there was. Did do some slight modifications to keep it from rubbing. Prior to those modifications, they would rub a little bit under certain conditions. If you hit a driveway in a certain way at a certain angle, I'll roll the window down and turn the wheel and show you the clearances and how tight they are even now. They do come very close even now, but they do clear. Roll the window down so I could gain access to the steering wheel and show you. So as it is, as the wheel is straight currently right now, you can see you have a little bit of room on the back side, a little bit of room on the front side, and as you turn the steering wheel, that room can be a little bit limited. First, we're going to turn it to the left at about one full rotation on the steering wheel, and we can see how close we are back over here. Not so much so in the front. In the front, you're going to get much closer when you turn the steering wheel to the right. But as of right now, you can see here that it is quite close. Not a whole lot of clearance at all. Now turning the steering wheel to the right, about one full turn, you'll see that you are quite close in the front. Just barely have clearance there, but in the back, it clears quite nicely. Alternatively, on the other side, just reverse the angles. You're closer to the rear on this side. As a matter of fact, look how close you are. You can see a zip tie there rather than one of these bolts. You can tell one of the first modifications that I made. And this little mud flap, which looks like this, was actually installed on the front side of the vehicle like so. It went into this bolt and it allowed, I guess, this to serve as a mud flap, but as you can see, it does add a little bit of width. So first thing we did was remove that, causing this to be completely flush and being able to save a little bit of space there. Second thing we did is remove this bolt from the rear which actually came with a insert and where the screw would have gone into. And as you can see, this bolt does protrude out, and instead we have a zip tie, which is just about as flush as can be with this application. I'll go ahead and turn the wheel again to the left, showing you how close that got. Pretty close there, and as we turn a little bit more, you can see just about how close we are. This bolt sticking out would have gotten us just that much closer where it may have rubbed. Pushing down on the running board to simulate the car coming down. It doesn't really get it too much closer, so that's good. Looking at the rear angles do clear properly. Obviously it helps the fact that the rear wheels obviously do not turn. Just have a little bit of space there, maybe enough for 2 fingers. And in the front, just a little bit of space as well. Top clearance, obviously no problem whatsoever. Reason I love these tires, and I really do put these tires on just about every truck or SUV that I get, is first of all, they're handsome, good looks. Second of all, they are extremely comfortable and quiet while driving down the road. And third, in the snow, they have amazing traction. I have these tires, the Templi version, installed on my 07 GMC 2500 Duramax with the LBZ engine, and I've put about 60,000 miles on them, and they still look great. I think I can get another 35,000 miles out of them, which is incredible. Over 80,000 miles, and many of those miles, almost all of those miles, were towing miles using our 2-car trailer. So there was a lot of force put onto those tires, a lot of weight, and a lot of demand. So these tires are not cheap, folks. I paid just under $1,200 at my cost, which is much cheaper, much lower as a dealer. And it could cost you as a consumer easily $1,300 or $1,400 for a set of 4 of these. These TRD wheels do retail anywhere between about $295, $299, all the way up to, I've seen them as much as $325, $330. Each Toyota dealer does have the ability to set the MSRP price of these, the retail price of these, so it can vary a little bit. My cost as a dealer, I believe, was about $263 per wheel. So I think the combination of the wheels and tires together cost me about $2,200 and change, which, you know, was a pretty good value. I do anticipate they'll probably last me about 60 to 70,000 miles, maybe even more. Folks, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me directly. If you're doing a build of your own, if there's anything I could do to help, you could reach me at area code 916-765-7575. You can also reach us 24/7, 365 days a year on our website, which is www.directauto.com. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.